I like mud. Specifically, I like river mud. Processed through some sort of means that I don't want to do, so I hired someone to do it for me. If you dimwits haven't caught on yet, I'm talking about clay. Now, while most people think of clay from Minecraft, something Mojang doesn't tell you is that clay sucks. Like really, really sucks. It's thick, often wet, gets everywhere, and dries so fast your hands turn into bricks before you know it. But I want to rant more. So, sit here whilst I explain why it's taken me 3 months to make this video. Let's start with what clay is. Clay is a kind of particulate compound that I don't want to talk about in a smart way, so I'm going to dumb it down for you. Basically, a rock gets hit with water for about 2 trillion years or something. Then it becomes very small and clumps together. The sheer heft of these clumps outweigh the soil that they're on, meaning that when they get wet through rain or getting hit by the aforementioned running water, they sink beneath the soil. This is why people find clay deposits near running water. A good way of spotting clay deposits is using indicator plants like coltsfoot, which is a heavy indicator for clay soil. Now that that hullabaloo is out of the way, we can talk about why I really hate clay. It is so fussy! When you think of firing clay, you probably think of 2 things. A Minecraft furnace, and that's really it. I don't think people think about firing clay that much. When I think of it, however, my heart burns with rage, and it still isn't enough to fire it. Okay, to summarize my hysteria, there are a few kinds of clay that potters use. Stoneware, earthenware, porcelain, polymer, and air dry. Each of these have distinct firing or setting conditions. For example, air dry does just that and dries in the air, whereas polymer fires around 200 degrees, so you can do it in your oven. Because of this, it's often called baking. Now onto the difficult 3 forms. Earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. These are similar to polymer but differ in one quality: endurance. Because they all require upwards of 900 degrees Celsius to fire. This means it's extremely difficult to actively fire this material without a standardized kiln, which is a bit out of my price range. Unless... Do you know what all these things have in common? That's right, dummy. They all have fire. Now, do you know what happens when you take a shovel or other TF2 weapon and you dig a hole? That's right, you get a pit, stupid. Now, if you fuse these 2 concepts, you get a funny little brickside machine called a pit kiln. Or pit fire, I'm not really sure which is more applicable. The way these machines work is reasonably simple. You dig a pit, you make a fire in that pit, You wait until the fire goes down, but only enough so that the coals are still glowing. Then, stack rocks on top of the coals, then your pottery of choice, then firewood, then you guessed it, and more flames. Then you wait until that one dies down, look at it a bit, then cover it with sheet metal, or in my case, a really old, wet, mossy table we had in the back garden. Then you go to sleep, come back in the morning, and you're done. In whole, this was an experiment. I wanted to see whether the small pit kiln method I used could fire terracotta, and in conclusion, it kind of could, but really only to a low fire. But you may have noticed in the back of some of the shots there was a small grey pot. Little ashtray thing. That was made of my favourite kind of clay. A kind of offshoot of the 3 difficult types, called raku. Raku is made to accommodate thermal shock, another annoying part about the intricacies in making pottery, where, due to the change in temperature, pottery can either expand or contract, making it crack along the weakest point. Raku doesn't do this, as it is made to withstand this shock. This is due to there being less shrinkage as well as more room inside the actual clay body itself to work with. Raku clay fires at a far cooler temperature than the other clays. This is because it has ready-baked ceramic dust inside of the clay. This substance is called grog. The grog is mixed with clay and then sand in order to make raku. Its upsides are great, but downsides are limiting, as raku is far too porous to be used to store liquids. The reason why ceramic dust allows for less firing temperatures is due to the dust already being shrunk and fired. Raku is one of the most abstract and pretty forms of pottery, in my personal opinion. However, I know something prettier. The sponsor of today's video, You stupid guy. This is the first YouTube video that I've ever made. You think I have a sponsor? Come on. On a more serious note, there may have been some things that you had questions about when I sprinkled in some of the pictures and videos I took when I did my first pit firing. Like, hey, Pearl, why are there broken plates and bowls in your fire? Well, there's a simple answer to that. They are rudimentary cover sherds. Not shards. Sherds. I know it's an odd word, it caught me off too when I was starting. Okay, so a shard is a general term for sharp pieces of broken material, but a sherd is specifically for pottery and ceramic. Cover sherds offer a use to broken pottery, as, if you cover your pottery when you place it on the hot coals, it will heat more universally and cool more evenly, which prevents thermal shock even more. Okay, recording this at the end of the video. If you like the video, then like the video. If you want to continue watching me make these pottery themed videos, and me experimenting, then subscribe. And feel free to hit me up on Patreon or join our Discord server. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!